Previously on the November Challenge.
He turned his phone around. The photo filled the screen. Ethan, on his knees in the middle of the school hallway. And there, floating in the air right in front of him, was an envelope. Ethan's brain short-circuited. No, this couldn't be happening. How did someone... Who took this? When did... His gaze found Maya's table. She was staring at her phone, her expression frozen somewhere between shock and confusion. She looked up, and Ethan watched in real time as understanding dawned on her face.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to the November Challenge. So, last episode, Ethan's anonymous love letter got exposed with that photo of him on his knees by Maya's locker. The whole school now knows he wrote it. Zach's sitting there looking super pleased with himself, and Ethan just watched Maya putting 2 and 2 together. This is not going well for our boy Ethan. If you're enjoying the story, hit subscribe. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. All right, episode 6, here we go.
Episode 6, The Letter.
The November Challenge.
The cafeteria felt like it was closing in, walls pressing closer, ceiling dropping, air getting thinner. Ethan couldn't breathe. Everyone was looking at him, phones out, whispers spreading, that photo on every screen. Him on his knees, the envelope, his secret. The one private, vulnerable thing he'd done, now public entertainment. Marcus was saying something, but Ethan couldn't hear it over the rushing sound in his ears. He stood up, chair scraping loud against linoleum. More heads turned, more stares. He had to get out, had to escape before this feeling swallowed him whole. Ethan grabbed his backpack and walked, not running, that would draw more attention, just walking fast with his eyes down, trying to be invisible again, trying to remember how he used to move through these hallways like a ghost. Behind him, he heard Marcus calling his name, but he didn't stop, couldn't stop. The bathroom. He could hide in the bathroom. The door swung open and Ethan dove inside, heading straight for the last stall where he locked the door and sat on the closed toilet seat with his head in his hands. His phone buzzed. He pulled it out with shaking hands as notifications flooded in. Tags, comments, screenshots from people he barely knew suddenly very interested in his existence. Wait, who is this guy? Ethan Chen? Do we even go to school with him, lol? This dude of all people, when did he get brave? Honestly, didn't know he could write, let alone a whole love letter. Ethan turned his phone off and shoved it in his pocket. He sat in the silence of the bathroom stall, fluorescent light humming overhead, the smell of industrial soap and teenage anxiety thick in the air. This was it. This was what happened when you tried to be someone different, when you took risks, when you followed some mysterious diary's instructions like an idiot who actually believed things could change. The diary. Ethan pulled his backpack onto his lap, unzipped it, found the dark blue notebook. November Challenge, a guide to a new you. What a joke. A guide to public humiliation, more like. A guide to becoming the school's latest entertainment. He should throw it away, right now. Toss it in the trash and go back to being invisible. The bathroom door opened with footsteps and voices that made Ethan freeze in the stall, holding his breath.
I think he's in my math class, maybe. Honestly, never noticed him before. Wait, isn't that the guy who was wearing his clothes all weird the other day? Oh, yes, you're right. Listen, he's on something. Don't know what it is, but it's strong, man. That's also the same guy who spilled Zach's drink at Halloween. What is happening with this dude, right? Like he just appeared out of nowhere with this whole love letter thing.
The voices faded as the students left, their footsteps disappearing down the hallway. When silence returned, Ethan finally moved. He looked at the small trash bin mounted on the stall wall. This was it. No more dares, no more risks, no more humiliation. He shoved the diary into the bin, watching it disappear among the crumpled paper. done. He was done with it. He unlocked the stall door and stepped out just as the bathroom door swung open again and Marcus Kim walked in.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
I don't want to go to class. Everyone's going to be staring.
They will, for like 2 days max. Then something else will happen, someone will do something embarrassing, or there'll be drama, or whatever, and everyone will move on to that. People's favorite topic is themselves. You're just today's distraction.
2 days? Sounds like forever.
Statistically, high school gossip has a half-life of about 48 hours. By Wednesday, this will be old news.
He glanced at Ethan with genuine concern beneath the science facts.
You okay?
Not really.
That's fair. So, about the letter, I'm not mad you didn't tell me, but do you have any other secrets you're not sharing?
Ethan's eyes flicked toward the trash bin and where the diary sat just for a second before returning to Marcus. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, good. Because I'm supposed to be your best friend, and I'd like to think you'd tell me if something big was happening.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Come on, let's get to class. The sooner we go, the sooner this day is over.
They left the bathroom together with Marcus talking about something that happened at state finals, and Ethan was grateful for the distraction, for Marcus just being there without making it weird.
Across the school, in the library, where he'd been skipping fifth period, Zach sat at a table with Tyler, Brad, and Ashley while his phone displayed impressive analytics. Hundreds of shares, thousands of views, comments still rolling in on his anonymous post. Perfect execution. But something was nagging at him.
What's wrong?
Ashley asked, noticing his expression.
Your post is blowing up. This is what you wanted.
Yeah, but...
But what?
Tyler leaned back in his chair with that casual confidence he always had.
Mission accomplished, right?
That's the problem. Mission accomplished. He's gonna quit.
Zach said slowly. Brad looked confused.
Chen, he's gonna quit the diary. Why would he keep doing dares if they just got him humiliated in front of the entire school?
Ashley's eyes widened as understanding dawned.
Oh, that's actually a problem.
Yeah.
Zach set his phone down, running a hand through his hair.
I designed the dares to escalate. The real good stuff, that's later.
So you peaked too early.
I didn't think about the psychology. He has to believe it's working. The diary, he has to think it's helping him, that it's transforming him into someone new, someone confident, someone Maya could actually like.
So if he thinks the diary ruined his life,
he quits. But if he thinks the diary is working,
he keeps going. Okay, so what's the plan?
we make him think it led to something good, something he wanted. To Maya.
The table fell silent. Then Ashley smiled, slow and sharp.
You want to fake a note from her?
A note that makes him think the love letter worked, that Maya wants to see him.
Tyler laughed, shaking his head in admiration.
Dude, that's genius. He'll think the diary is magic.
Exactly.
Zach pulled out a fresh piece of paper and pushed it toward Ashley along with a pen.
He has to believe that even when things seem bad, the diary is working, that it's pushing him toward what he wants. And once he believes that, he'll do anything.
The bell rang and students flooded the hallways as fifth period ended and sixth period began. Ethan Chen walked in a fog with the humiliation still sitting heavy in his chest. He headed to his locker to grab his stuff and go home, working the combination, swinging the door open. Something fell out, a folded piece of paper with his name written on the front. Ethan picked it up slowly, looking around at the busy hallway where students headed home. He unfolded it and read, "Ethan, I loved your letter. I'm glad it was you. The things you said were beautiful, and I've been thinking about them since I read it. I know today was embarrassing, but I don't want you to feel bad about what you wrote. It was honest and brave. Sit with me at lunch on Monday?" Ethan read it again, his heart suddenly lifting from somewhere in the vicinity of his shoes. She wanted him to sit with her on Monday?
What's that?
Ethan jumped, nearly dropping the note as Marcus appeared beside him, peering at the paper with curious eyes. "It's..." Ethan's voice came out strangled. "It's from Maya."
Maya? As in Maya? No way!
Marcus held out his hand.
Ethan hesitated before handing it over, watching as Marcus read it with his eyebrows rising.
Wow, that's actually...
Marcus handed the note back carefully.
She liked the letter.
Yeah, she wants me to sit with her at lunch on Monday. Ethan smiled, despite the nerves twisting in his stomach.
That's amazing. That risk really paid off.
The diary! The thought hit him suddenly, stopping him mid-step. The diary! It was working, and he'd thrown it away. I'll catch up with you later, Marcus, Ethan said suddenly, already turning back. I forgot something.
Statistically, you forget things 3.7 times per week, so...
But Ethan was already running back toward the stall in the bathroom where he hid just a few hours ago. Please let it still be there. Please let the janitors not have emptied it yet. He burst through the bathroom door where the stall stood empty, but the small trash bin was still mounted on the wall. Ethan pushed aside the crumpled paper until his fingers closed around the familiar blue cover, pulling it out as relief flooded through him. The November challenge. He'd almost given up on it, almost walked away from the one thing that was actually working. Ethan clutched the diary to his chest and left the bathroom, barely noticing the few stragglers still in the hallways. He didn't care who saw him, didn't care about anything except the note in his pocket and the diary in his hands. Monday he'd sit with Maya at lunch. Things are happening, things he could only dream of.
That night, Ethan lay in bed, unable to sleep. Having read Maya's note so many times, the paper was starting to wear soft at the creases. I loved your letter. Honest and brave. Sit with me at lunch on Monday. He grabbed a notebook and started writing down conversation topics, things they could talk about, safe subjects, interesting questions. He didn't want to just sit there in awkward silence. What if he asked him something and his mind went blank? What if he said something stupid? What if... Ethan shook his head, forcing himself to stop spiraling. No, he had 2 whole days to prepare. He could do this. Saturday afternoon, Marcus came over after Ethan had texted him in desperation for help.
Okay, so you're sitting with Maya on Monday?
Marcus said, sprawling on Ethan's bed and looking at the list Ethan had made.
Wow, this is a lot of topics.
Is it too much?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never done this.
Marcus scanned the list with a critical eye.
But I think if you go in with a script, you're gonna sound like a robot. Just talk to her like a person.
That's easy for you to say.
Is it? I don't think I've ever successfully talked to a girl I liked. Actually, I'm not sure I've ever liked a girl. Or a guy. Or anyone, really. Jury's still out on that one.
Despite his nerves, Ethan smiled. You're not helping.
Right, sorry.
Marcus sat up, taking this more seriously.
Okay, practical advice. Ask her questions. People like talking about themselves. And if there's a pause, it's okay. Pauses aren't the end of the world.
What if I say something stupid?
Then you say something stupid. It happens. She's not going to hate you for being nervous.
Ethan looked at his closet, a new worry forming. What should I wear?
Clothes?
Marcus!
I mean, what you normally wear? You don't want to show up looking completely different.
Marcus followed Ethan's gaze.
Wait, are you thinking about wearing your clothes inside out again?
She said it was avant-garde. She liked it.
Yeah, but that was a one-time thing. If you do it again, it's just weird, like you're trying too hard. Just wear what makes you feel confident, like that blue hoodie you always wear. You look good in that.
Really?
Yeah, it works for you.
Ethan stood in front of the mirror in his room, trying different approaches. Hey, Maya. Boring. Hey, Maya. Ugh, cringe. Hey, so... Too awkward. He tried smiling, but it felt fake. He tried being casual, but it felt forced.
Stop overthinking it, Ethan. You're gonna be fine. Be you. That's what made her like you, remember?
Ethan thought to himself, are the Dares still being himself, just out of his comfort zone? Still looking at himself in the mirror, he took a deep breath. Monday. Okay.
So, Ethan's got this fake letter and he thinks Maya wants to sit with him at lunch. Awkward! He has no idea Zach forged it. This is going to be a real cringe fest. Have you ever had a huge miscommunication with someone where you both thought you were talking about the same thing but totally weren't? Tell me about it in the comments. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. This Tuesday, we'll find out what happens when Ethan actually shows up at Maya's lunch table. See you soon!
The